So the wait is finally over. The Arkto Campers C10 trailer is complete and ready to put into production. So this will be the first walk around video for it, so why don't we get right into it and show you some of the features and highlights of it. First up, we maintain the same pantry as our G12. This one's just slightly smaller, but still one of the largest on the market, even at that. So we still have our USB ports, cigarette lighter plug, and the 110 volt receptacles there if you opt in for the inverter upgrade. Down below, we've been able to make use of the exact same kitchen that's in the G12. So this is also one of the larger ones on the market, with our folding countertop, dual burner stove, stainless steel sink and hot and cold water. There's a cubby down below with a little bungee for your tea towels, spice drawer, cutlery drawer. They're pretty sizable. Of course, there's some support legs underneath there. I won't drop them down now, but then moving on to this folding little prep deck to give you a little bit of extra countertop space for it. And as you'll notice, what's a little bit different is we do not have the cutout there for the slide out fridge tray. In this particular case, what we chose to do was an indoor fridge freezer, bar style. And the reason we did this really was just to save weight with the trailer. The weight was the name of the game on this one. So the idea up here being that you'd open the entry door, get access to your fridge and freezer, which there's a freezer up top, and be able to stash whatever you're bringing out of the fridge and freezer onto the prep deck here. So yeah, we managed to save about 100 pounds removing that slide. And like I said, it was really important to us to shave some weight off of this to make this a viable option for folks. So actually we just weighed it today and the trailer dry is coming in at 2,700 pounds. So we are a good 100 pounds lighter than some of our competitors. So we're pretty proud about that. So why don't we continue to make our way around the trailer. It still maintains Timbrens 5200 HD axle suspension. And in this case, we got 16-inch wheels and tires. Those are actually black Rhino wheels with Falcon Wild Peak tires on there, the 31-inch tires. All composite build, of course, as is the G12, which is sitting right there. We maintain our hot tip galvanized steel chassis, max coupler, Arc XO 500 tongue jack this time with the bike receiver tube there, so you can put a bike rack on the front. And we'll have an optional spare tire carrier that'll mount over top of that bridge over top, so you can still maintain use of the bike carrier, so that'll be pretty unique. 11-pound propane tank on the front. We removed it out of the side of the trailer that we have in the G12 just so we could have extra storage. So storage is certainly the name of the game with this company of ours. As you know, the G12 has the most storage in its class by quite a lot. And for this trailer size, this is really no different. As you can see here, we have a storage cabinet at the front, which is pretty substantial. In fact, I can actually crawl in here. And so we have a couple of shelves there for smaller items. Yes, that's the first area of storage that we have. We'll get to the next one in a second. Shore power, 15-amp shore power with an SAE port for solar. We have a 31-gallon freshwater tank on board with optional heated insulation around there for winter camping. And then in the back here is the other half of our exterior accessible storage. And same as the G12, this underbed storage cabinet is pretty substantial. Again, one of the largest on the market. It's a little bit smaller than the G12, but of course this is a smaller trailer, so that's to be expected. So yes, plenty of space. Down below, you'll see now instead of an access panel door to a Truma Combi, this trailer actually has the Truma Vario heat and AquaGo hot water heater. And so those are the two units we've opted to use, which of course is all controllable by the panel on the inside of the trailer. And on four corners, you'll see the Arc. In this case, this customer opted for Arc XO upgrade, but Arc corner stabilizer will come standard with the trailer. Swinging around the back, we still have the same shower port and porch light there with OVS shower enclosure. As we spoke about earlier, there's no spare tire here because that's on the front of the tongue as an option now. And then as standard, we're gonna have OVS 180-degree awning with options to upgrade to 270-degree awnings as well. So why don't we make our way to the interior of the trailer? What you'll see that's different about this one versus the G12 is, as you know, the G12, the whole roof pops up, where this one actually is a wedge style. And again, that was out of the sake of saving a bit of weight. So let's hop inside here and lift the roof. So inside we have a full residential queen mattress, 60 inches wide, 80 inches long, with 4 inches of space on either side of the bed. So there's actually cubbies there as well. And on each end is the USB-A and USB-C ports. And you can see me standing here for the space, so plenty of space for someone to get changed. And this would be what we call nighttime mode, but otherwise the bed actually flips up and out of the way. And this will give you access to a wardrobe, just like the G12. There's a cubby down below with some bungee face there to stuff smaller items into. Underseat storage here again. A lagoon table leg and dinette table. So this of course will swivel around, giving access for people to sit and eat in here if they needed to. We'll get to this side of the bench in a second, but we have an upper cabinet, so for stashing clothes. We have a little cubby below, so you can put, because we have the portable toilet in here again, but for stashing like toilet paper or other personal belongings in there if you needed to. Another cubby on the side here for stashing smaller items, a shelf along the top here, cubby below, so some bins would be nice to have in there, 110 volt receptacle, USB and 12 volt cigarette lighter plugs, control for the Ruma Vario Heat and AquaGo, and of course Red Arc. So our electrical system in here coming standard will be the Red Arc Rogue and Red Arc Manager 30 to manage your power on board. Down below is a pair of drawers. So we have 2 drawers here and a boot cubby. And as we saw earlier, the fridge and freezer. So of course it's accessible on the interior of the trailer while you're in here. Over on the bench, we have portable toilet access. Again, just like on the G12. In this case, the customer opted for the wrap-on toilet, the electric bagging toilet here. But normally a Thetford porta potty would be in its place. And what we've been able to do is get in the exact same electrical cabinet as we did on the G12. It's a little wider but less deep, just so we can have that space inside here for your legs for 2 people to sit. But the same Rogue and Manager 30 set up with all your circuit breakers and fuses over there. And down and below here is where the batteries would be housed, so we can actually get up to 640 amp hours of lithium on board here versus the 960 and the G12. And then speaking of power, we can also get 600 watts of solar up on the roof. I think that's plenty for such a small trailer. And this is what we would call daytime mode. So of course the bed up and out of the way gives you access to sit here comfortably and have your dinner or whatever you need to do, or maybe the weather's not looking so great outside. But otherwise it's window on the side here. This is the main window, and we actually have windows in the canvas on 3 sides this time. So also one up the front here and another one on this side. So 4 windows total in this little trailer. And a lot of you are aware how tall I am. I'm 6'3". This is actually 6'11" at the top here. Plenty of space to sit around, 2 to 3 people sitting here comfortably. But as you've been able to see, it just sleeps 2. We feel this is an appropriate size for 2 people. So there you go. And that nighttime mode, just bring the bed down. It's on gas struts to assist, and easy to climb up and off of there. So there you go. The Arkto Campers C10. Let me know if you have any questions, but we're going to be setting up final pricing on the website soon and further videos, but this is just a nice teaser for everybody to have a look on what we got going on. Thanks very much.